appreciate it from you guys. You have to be a little bit creative, because in all honesty, I'm not going to have all the answers needed in my day. So a lot of this, I'm going to give you the steps what to do, but a lot of it, if you can't exactly have the answer in your pocket or in your mind, Google it or whatever it takes. Just you have to use a little initiative for this to even work out. Okay? First step. By the way, it's called 5 Steps to Online Cash. It's like a really easy system to generate some quick cash online in like a matter of 3 or 4 days, and possibly in one day. I know Ben Pablo did it in one day. Okay. So the first one, you go to this website. Tell me if you guys can read it. If not, I will repeat it out loud. www.google.com. You want to write this down for sure. .com/press/Zeitgeist. ZEITGEIST.HTML. Now, what this site does, it's going to tell you the hottest trending topics on Facebook on the same day. So whatever's getting the most search term, top 10 most search term, top 100, you can all find out via this website.
On Facebook.
The hottest one?
The most search terms. So let's say you go to Google, you want to know, let's say like for the Oprah show, for example, a lot of times her topics will rank up there. But it'll give you like the top 10, the top 100 most search terms that day. Or you can even go back a month or even a year.
For Facebook or for Google?
This is for Google. This is a Google website. And when you get there, you want to click, I'll show you when we're done too. Click trending topics. I know my handwriting's awful. I'm going to try to say everything loud as possible. Okay, so step 2. After you've been there and you clicked on trending topics, you go through the topics. You want to go through one of the ones who get searched the most, so preferably the top 10 is going to work out the best for you. You pick out one that you have some type of interest in. So if you had to write 4 or 5 paragraphs about it, you'd be able to do it. Okay? So, second step is pick a topic of some interest to you. So, I mean, you may not really care too much, but let's say it's Michael Jackson or a new diet that just came out. The new one is the F Factor. What if you don't know what it is, if you're interested in diets or anything about it, you can just write a 4-paragraph deal. We'll go into that next. So after you pick a topic, number 3.
Pick a topic of the top 10 topics.
Correct. That's what I would recommend because it's going to get the most searches. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do this on the computer when we're done. Step 3 would be to do some research on whatever topic you pick. It doesn't have to take you all night long. So don't make this research step take too long unless you want this to be a huge project. If you're looking to you want it to make money really fast, maybe like the same day, you want to not do as much research, just find something interesting that most people probably don't know about your topic. So first thing you want to do research on topic, okay? Now, the research is for an ebook. An ebook, or could even be an article you sell. You're going to get the ebook from the research you do on that topic. Do you follow me? So the research you get, you're going to find, let's say, since we're on topic of Oprah, let's say you're doing Oprah, one of the most searched terms. Let's say 10 reasons not to love Oprah. Just an example. You can do some research and find some different things, good things or bad things about it. Or 5 top reasons to never watch Oprah again. Something that's going to grab somebody's attention and something that you can easily pull from research. So, the 4th thing is to put up a 1-page site. This step, you can either use Elance, whatever you want to do. Hopefully you know how to make your own site. I don't, so I would have somebody do that for me. Doesn't take long. Or even if you go to, I believe, GoDaddy, they can have someone put something up there for you really fast. So put up a 1-page site on an ebook, an article, or even an audio, even if you want to do a video that you can sell. If you have any questions, please stop me before I get too far. Now, what I would recommend, where I learned this concept from, they didn't teach us, but this is what I would definitely recommend. You want to use a squeeze page. So, like, let's say if you want to market these people once again, if it's a really, really hot search term, you can get a lot of good leads from it. So you want to put up a squeeze page, and then you have a one-page selling site. So I would recommend. And when I say squeeze page, you guys know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a squeeze page is this. Thank you. A squeeze page is like a website where they have a form where you can put in your name and email address. And after they give you their name and email address, that lead goes to you, and then they get to your sales page. The squeeze page is the page in between that and your sales page. So the squeeze page, you get the capture page. Exactly. It's another word for capture page. Exactly. So you get their name, email, or phone number if you want. You don't want to make that mandatory if you don't have to. Recommend capture page. That way you have the leads, and these people can be added to your list, and you can market stuff to them about Oprah or whatever you want to, just to make extra money on the side. Okay. So the last thing, it's the fifth step. Put product up on eBay. Put it up on eBay. eBay's still one of the most sites that gets the most traffic on the web now. So just by having it up there, people searching searching on Google will be able to pull it up through there. So if, let's say, Oprah's one of the most things, she was selling somebody's CD on Oprah, they go to eBay to buy the CD, they might come across your product. Just another way to get your product out there. So, first step, easy, go to the Z Guys website, find out what topic you want to pick, then you pick one of interest to you, do research on it so you can make up maybe 5 paragraphs or do a video about it, or maybe an audio, and that's your product. Then you put up a squeeze page and your one-page sales page. Okay? And then put the product up on eBay, you should be making money. Now, if we're still hooked up to a computer, I can show you exactly how we do this. Did everybody follow me so far? Does it make sense? Or?
Yes.
Good, good, good.
Now, by saying put it up on eBay, you're literally just.
Put your item up on eBay.
The ebook or.
Put your ebook, or let's say it's a website. What you could do, like a lot of times we do with our product, back when we used to do a lot of things on eBay, you can write your article, design a little small cover for us, or go to Google Pictures, Google Images, and pull something off that's somewhat related, and make that a cover for a book. There's like a lot of little things you can Google on it. Just do it on Google. Just you gotta be creative. Like nothing's gonna be like completely written out for you. You just gotta use some kind of creativity. Is this the laptop here?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Can you go to that website for me?
What time is that? Always put it up there.
You know what? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does eBay rate high on the Google search? Like your product, because if you're putting it on eBay, does it tend to come up on the first page of Google?
Give me 1 second.
If they already wrote everything down, we can erase that. If they already wrote it down.
We did.
Slash.
Everybody's got this, right? So we
Yes.
this can go.
That website address is different.
No, it's right.
Yeah, press
You
and
said
then
dot.
slash.
You had a
It
slash.
still works if you
It
put on a
doesn't
slash.
matter?
It still works
Oh,
on
this
all
one.
guys' sites, so.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas. There we go. This page used to look different, but they updated it. Now, if you look after we move this laptop out of your way, you'll be able to see what I was talking about. Where it says Google Trends, Trends for Website, Hot Trends. You can go to year-end Z Guys archives. So you can even look up last year's those search terms. If that's somehow, I'm sure somebody can make some money doing that sometime. The top 10 fastest rising searches inquiries on Google now. So let's go there and see what they're talking about. Okay, like I remember I told you guys about the F Factor diet, or the killer whale you guys mentioned earlier. These are just the hottest things right now. I mean, it's obvious to see how the money's made. You find get a whole people, it's like free traffic basically. People are going to be Googling this stuff. Another thing you can do, this was also not in what I was taught in this book. You could also write just a regular article and not even have it be your product, and mention your product page in your article. Let me explain this to you a little better. Let's say you write an article about your product, which is not your product. You with me still? I know it sounds confusing. So you write an article about your product. You can include your URL or your domain name or your website in your article to just to help generate more traffic to the thing. Just an idea. Okay, so click on that factor diet. As of 6 a.m. it tells you when it spikes. But if you're looking to do some research, peaked 3 hours ago.
Somebody must have mentioned it on the
On a talk show, probably.
And which
Or
one's that?
Good Day Today or the F Factor diet. I've never even heard of it until just now.
I think they mentioned this morning on Good Morning America.
Fiber with healthy carbs. This is one of the ways, or what I would do is, people really respond well to negative stuff. 5 reasons to hate the F Factor diet, or 5 reasons F Factor diet will not work for you or will work for me, or just different creative titles that grab people's attention, and we'll read.
But then you're not putting any of the content relevant.
Well, you could find something, like there's just something bad about every diet. Like Atkins, I think it's the carbs or something. But there's something bad about everything, there's something good about everything. Just do a little research, doesn't take much time either. 4 paragraphs, it shouldn't be more than a 10-minute process, the whole making the product itself. Go back one page. So the idea, if you're looking to do this all in one day, this is not going to be an easy process, but if you're looking to do it in one day, you definitely want to start in the morning. Because this peaked 3 hours ago. Dave Matthews. Me, if I were actually looking this up, I'll probably do Dave Matthews Band or the Killer Whales. I got some kind of interest in it. If I had to write about it, it'd be easy for me. But I mean, there it is for you. I mean, it's not a hard concept. You can hit the lights.
Does it show how many people have actually visited, even though it's the top one? Does it go down to the actual numbers, right? Where it shows how many people.
Graph. Where it spiked up, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, there's this place in there where it shows
the
it.
time spike.
And you can tell how hot it is right here. This tells you this, but it's not giving me. The site changed.
Yeah, it changed a lot. I know it's in there
But then
somewhere,
you
where it shows you
never
how many
look-
people have visited. Hmm? See now?
I'm sure it's on there if you look hard enough.
Probably have to click on one of the links.
No.
Just out of curiosity, for us lay people in the room, where do you find a link like this? I mean, I never see anybody talk about a link to find this type of.
Borders books, you just kind of,
I was reading a book one day. It's called The E-Code. I recommend everyone in here buys it.
Which one? What is
The
it?
E-Code.
The E-code.
The E-Code by Joe Vitale.
E-code.
Now this is like one of the secrets that nobody
Bible?
knows. The
Joe
E-Code.
Italian.
Joe Vitale.
That's right.
Oh.
Now listen to this. The E-code, just so you guys get it.
Vitale.
I intentionally wasn't telling the name of it,
Be able to find
but
it.
you can tell the name of it. I intentionally wasn't doing that. Here's what I want you to see. Ed, how old were you when you got started this
Well,
concept?
this I think I was 19.
Okay, at 19 years of age, he didn't say, Dad, what do I do, where do I start? He said, listen, I got my routine. I go out running and I exercise in the morning, and I spend about 3 or 4 hours in the bookstore. I don't come out without a new idea, new concept. I make sure that I have new content, more and richness for me to build my business on. I got something that will work for you. That's when I learned about this. He said, Dad, this is work for you. He went and found it. So I'm telling you, the quickest way to get there, yes, you can tell you that the E-code, I'm telling you, there's stuff that he didn't find that you can find. I want to tell everybody to spend some time in internal university. So yes, it is the E-code, that's the name of it, but that's only one of many books.
Oh, that's one of.
I remember one day he called me and says, listen, Dad, I'm going down to see James Arthur Red. This guy's a great speaker. I want to see some stuff we can learn from this whole process. See what all we can learn. When it's over, Dad, oh, this is crazy. Man, son, what'd you do? Dad, you gotta come down here. If you can fly down for this one, you don't want to miss it. He's gonna be in West Palm next week. My son saw him in Miami. I said, I don't know if I can make it. I already have a speaking engagement elsewhere. He said, well, I bought it. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna let you see what it's all about, but this is hot stuff. I think he spent like $1,200 that day.
Yeah.
He says, I'm like, what? He said, yeah, as soon as I got out of school, man, I was there. So I'm gonna tell you something. The pathway isn't as simple as finding out where it's at. The pathway is get on the pathway to find what all you can find. That plus many other answers will show. Does that make sense?
Yep. It's like get on the freeway.
Yeah, that's right. All kinds of things will happen for you. get started in the right direction, and the forces of nature will align themselves in your favor. If you don't get on the freeway, you won't find out what awaits you. So, I do know that when I went down to help drive his car back home, it was stacked in the back seat, in the trunk, all kinds of information products, right? Books, CDs. See, it's not, think about this. His dad is a information marketer, which means I sell tape, CDs, blah, 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 right? He understood. It's not just what my dad teaches. I've got to get all I can get. He went out and spent fortunes. I don't think he's ever bought any of my products. No. In all seriousness, though, you get where I'm going?
Right.
The reality is, what you are on payday will tell everyone where you were when it wasn't payday. And behind closed doors.
Another thing is, if you're going to go out and buy books and go to Borders and stuff, you don't want to buy the same topic every single time. If you're going to read a book on why you should quit your job and why you should be an entrepreneur, if you read that same type of book over and over, you're not going to get new ideas. Look at internet marketing books, sales books, different stuff like that. But if you're looking at you're reading the same kind of books every day, Rich Dad, Poor Dad books every single time, you're not going to learn anything new.
You're only going to be inspired.
You got to look at some internet marketing stuff, all kinds of stuff.
Network
How to write
marketing.
articles, copywriting, all kinds of stuff.
How to launch a local geographic business. Learn all you can. Become diversified, not one-dimensional. You know, if you ever go to a Hara Guru meeting, everybody's going to stand up and say the same thing, right? Everybody's going to say why it's crazy to have a job and why you should be an entrepreneur. What you want to do is learn more than that. It's already obvious now, right? Is it already obvious that that's not the best way to get there?
Oh, yeah.
Now also spend your time learning about these kind of things because, believe it or not, there's a lot more than this. This is just giving you some samples of how you can help implode whatever your projects are, whether your own personal project or WDJ Radio or IMC. If it went over your head, trust me, you spend 2 hours on Zeitgeist, you're going to say, wow, because when I saw that, I'm like, wow, I cannot believe that, listen to this, that before noon, over 4 million people was looking up David Cassidy just because he's going to be a guest on Oprah on Tuesday. David Cassidy? I mean, the Partridge Family's from 40 years ago, good Lord. People are getting jacked up just because Oprah says you don't want to miss it. David's going to come in here and tell us all of this, and the whole world starts searching. So, oh man, I mean, we were in, what part of Miami was that? It's
Aventura?
What's it called? It's right outside of Miami, it's north of Miami. And we're in this mastermind, and one of the guys was with us. He's like, I got it. And he says, I'm gonna do this, Dwayne, I am, I really am. I said, okay, we'll see. He had 13,000 opt-ins. He took the David Cassidy, watch this now. He went all over the internet to find as many pictures of David Cassidy from the time he was a kid up to grown up. Black and white and in color. Then he went and found all the content he could and created his own 25-page ebook. All to get more people to opt into his membership site where he was giving away his motorcycle. It started off with David Cassidy because that's where people were. But he had he built his list by 13,000 because he insisted. And why do I keep using David Cassidy as an example? Because when Dwayne presented this to us at our mastermind group, it was a Thursday or so, Thursday, Friday, Saturday when we did the mastermind group. This was a Thursday. And this person went and looked at the schedule for Oprah for the following week. Now, I'm using Oprah as an example. For God's sakes, everything's hot right now, right? A few months ago, it was the Super Bowl. Now we have American Idol, which is in full bloom. I don't know what it is. You guys can find it, whether it's the good or well.
My birthday.
Hello.
Which
Right?
is Monday.
Right.
I just want you all to
The
know.
policeman's ball.
It is Monday.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Her birthday's Monday, not mine.
Oh, okay. Happy B-Day, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mine is 19th.
Of this month?
Yes.
Which
Okay.
one we need?
Okay, guys, everybody got it?
You got that birthday stuff, but here's the deal.
Write that down.
So we're gonna have you guys go off and be entrepreneurs in a minute. I really need to know that you got what the underlying message that I'm giving you here. You have more to offer than you can learn from me. You have more to offer than you can learn from any one individual if you just tap into it. If you think your answer lies in someone else's head, there's a good chance you have no answers. Bet you missed that. I don't know if you did it.
No, we heard that.
You've been blessed. You've been created in a way that God has already provided a lot of the solutions. Unfortunately, because we spend a lot of our energy and our time in the places that won't help reveal it to us, we miss it. I'm just part of the revealing process, peeling back the layers of the onion. So, Dan, Policeman Ball, birthday month for Miss Cook. Yeah. She's only 16. And Nikki Giovanni, Tina, you guys, after you guys have come up with a solution, some of you, now listen, if you're real smart, everyone doesn't have to write. You guys can use your heads and create your own concept that you're going to put together. All right, don't worry, I'm not going to make any decisions today. I'll make a decision in the morning. You got all the time. But I want to at least see that you've been building. I'm going to give you till 3 o'clock. I'm going to give you till 5 p.m. We're going to meet back here. I told you we're going to go over. You can snack and use the bathroom while you're out. But do not come back dry. Come back after you guys have scratched your heads together and you really are putting your heads together. It's not a one-man show. It's not a everybody look at me. It's not an egotistical battle. It is everybody come together and say, this is what I think we can do. I trust some of you have already been thinking about what you can do. That's why I started off this morning sampling, so you can already have some thought together. Okay? Come up with a great idea amongst the group of you, which means 2 heads are better than 1. Let's prove it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so happens I don't have a Florida State license. And I'm flying out of town Monday, and I got to make sure I have it. I'm going to go over here and get that license. So there's a lot of lobby space here. There's other space in different parts of the hotel. You can use this room. If you find another empty room, just walk in it. Make yourself at home. Sit down and have a beer. I'm just kidding. But find your way. Those people whose names I called, when you're done, if you're done by 4:30 or so, have the guy take you right over. It's around the corner. Take you over to Holiday Inn, and you can check into your room. Okay, just give him your name. Don't miss the real opportunity. You get to strut your stuff. I would love to have my feelings hurt. Dwayne, you thought your idea was good? Oh, it was okay. But what we're going to do is going to kill what you did. That's what should happen. Right?
Right.
Oh, that was good stuff, man. But what we're going to do, we got this, this, and this. Plus, so-and-so in our group does this. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to do this real quick. Turn it on real quick. I'm not going to hold you too long, but I got to make sure you can see this. I don't want anyone getting too caught up. Can you do that thing for me again, Brad? Oh, yes, sir. I love your music, okay. Primary, keep on rolling. Turn it.
Hey,
Okay. Yep.
I gotta run somewhere for an hour, is that okay?
No, I have to go to get a license. I have to go with your mother right now to get a license, so we'll have to split up and divide our time. I'll run with her. Yeah, no, depends where you're headed. I gotta, all right, so just hold on a second. We're finishing up right now. This place, I know you've seen it before, Red, yes?
Yep.
This is called Scriptlands. This is the way I'm going to rest assured that you guys keep it low. I'm going to log into this. Oh, it looks like I already am. How in the world did I get that? Log in here? Okay. It didn't take it.
What is Scriptland?
Scriptlands, I'm going to tell you, it's a house where you go find people to do what you aren't able to do. That's what I use. Oh, man, somebody must be logged in on a mother's maiden name. You might know my mom's maiden name. Help me out here.
Miller.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? Oh, you asked. I was just giving you the answer.
You're a beautiful dude, man. Thank you. You're beautiful. Hey, that's incorrect. You better get told off. Which means my son Daniel may be in here too.
It says it's case sensitive.
It's case sensitive.
I thought it was Miller. Okay. I should write case sensitive, right? I figured you can't do it. It has been unlocked successfully. Thank you. Get your junk together, baby. Hope Daniel knows his grandmother's maiden name. He's not getting back in. All right. So I've got a project here. The last one Daniel created a project a couple days ago, right? I'm getting bids on it. I told him I want 5 or 7 capture pages, and I want them built, and I want them done in 4 days. I go in here and I give him a budget. And all my budgets usually are like $35 to $150. I always do that. Now I know they're gonna charge me higher. I do that to keep them in a respectable band. In America, everybody likes to charge a lot of money for what they do. Around the world, they give you the same quality, same for less. So right now, I don't care what kind of degrees you have behind your name, I'm getting the best buy. So watch this. Someone's bid $375, they said they can be done in 4 days, right? So when I said $500 in 15 days, even though I asked for 4, they already know that anybody that's gonna drag out what I want, they're already out of the picture. So I'm showing you this, guys, for a reason. Because when it's time to have WDGA radio done, whichever team wins, you're going to use my Scriptlands account to create what you want. You understand? So I have a way of testing if they're worth it. And I don't just select bids, I go and look at them. I'm going to go look at this person. They said $500 in 15 days. I like to look to see if they've ever received $500 from Scriptlands before. If not, they're not making it for me either. If they've done bigger projects for less money, they can stop playing. So they said they work about $8 an hour, right? Okay. Now, they get a lot of words. Woo. Down 33 spots in the last week. Whatever. I don't know what their rank. Here's what I want to see. They had a project for $400 and it was canceled. That's not a good sign, right?
Oh,
How many stars did they
Look
get?
at that review, what's that say?
How many stars did they get?
This programmer is
One.
not good.
Not really, I mean that. Sometimes the person that wanted the project done decided that they lost their money in their account and they can't do it anymore. Who knows what the reason is? It doesn't mean anything bad. Here's one. Image mapping and more. I don't know what that means. I just like to read what they put. The programmer from Microsoft are very skilled. They were able to do the job fast. I love that word fast. To my specifications. This is a breath of fresh air. I'm happy with their services, which I highly recommend. That's not bad, right?
Yeah, but they said 15 days, didn't they?
I'm still in charge, so when I contact them, I'll say, here's the deal, I'm looking at other people. If you want this, I want the door closed in 4 days. You have control. Everything's who's my negotiator? Somebody said there's a negotiator.
Right.
Okay,
Right there.
all right, if whatever team you want, I'm counting on this. Did a great job creating a script for my page. It redirects something that a couple other programmers said would be impossible. I love people who can do that. I cannot stand someone and say, well, it's not, just can't work because of this, that, and the other. I don't want to hear all that. It took a little longer for the sitemap, but this is understandable due to the large number of URLs. They have a lot of redirects that obviously went on URLs. So, what I'm looking for is the amount they were paid. It just says NA and bonus. So far, I'm not at $500, am I? Worked very high quality. I'm pleased with their final result. They didn't work with the deadlines, blah, 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 blah. $280. I'm good so far. 100, 175. Y'all follow me?
Yes.
So, if you're from America, the first thing you want to do is give people what they ask for. I want to train you guys the opposite. It's a global industry. The markets determine their price, the marketplace. The Scriptlands marketplace is telling me what I should charge them. Okay, all right. So, he is gentle. I'm not looking for a doctor. Always on Skype, just too slow, but providing a good job. Oh, he scared me already. I already told you 2 basic elements in making money in this stuff. One was the amount of money you spend, the other was time. Okay, I think I'm okay. $23. That's promising. How many rooms they did? They did area and Drupal. Since I don't speak techie guru, what does that mean, Red? You know?
I think it's just a section in Drupal.
I paid
It's like a
23
block.
bills.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent coder. Unfortunately, the Dutch language problem and the communication about the project, but my client was not so fast. What did I tell y'all?
Too slow. Too slow.
They gave him 10 stars, but they told the truth. Already out, the time element. Even if he was going to give it to me for $1, I don't want it.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
The idea is come up with a finished product in a specific amount of days, and if you guys select a program, you select the wrong one, you're on your own either way. Okay? I don't want to go in and fix up and clean up because I'm going to take a percentage of the money. You don't want that. Trust me. So this place called Scriptlands, you can learn all about it. They've got directions, they have forums and so forth. You can go and look up, here's what I did when I wanted to have stuff done. I go and look up that topic and say, how many people have created something like this? And I look at how many kind of ratings they have. That's what I look for. I don't really need these capture pages. I had Daniel do it because I'm gonna give them away to somebody in another company.
Right.
So he's gonna select someone, he already knows how to do this. He'll select the right one, and he'll have the person have a deadline. So, don't get caught up in the fact that you may not have the technical ability. You have enough to at least do what we want. If the design's gonna change, fine. These guys are programmers. So design-wise, you're gonna come back to me design-wise before you understand what I mean? Daniel, who heads up the people who do our graphic stuff from Elance, that's another place, Scriptlance and Elance. Elance is where you go and find people to do other stuff. Anything at all. You can have them write your book, and then they can put your name on it. Elance is where you can find someone to do anything. They will literally become your virtual assistant. They will actually create your own tornado if you want. You can find someone who can do anything on Elance. Okay, there's Odesk, there's a whole lot of places like this, but I'm just giving you these two for now. Now, as far as the design, Dan's gonna give you 4 or 5 selections for this stuff after you give us an idea of what you're looking for as a group. So we're picturing this, that, and the other, and don't worry, we'll get him on it. He'll do the design. Once you have a design, then you have a programmer. The two are gonna have to make sure they can integrate with each other. Okay? So if the programmer says that I don't do design, you already should be ready for that and say, look, here's a design. We're gonna give you stuff, code your stuff into it, and the guy with the looks is gonna do this part around it. I know it sounds like gibberish, but you don't need to know all that. The reason I showed you this stuff is so you know. Don't go spend 2 hours in the hallway talking about technical stuff. I'm doing that on purpose. I'm looking for the creative ideas. Whatever you can create can be produced. That's all you need to know. You got it?
Got it.
Wonderful. So let's go and take the 2-hour break.